Okay, so we're going to create our first drawing using the borderline and title block that we have established. And this first drawing is going to be drawing number 2-2. So what I'm going to do is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my drawing number on my title block. I'm going to double click on it. This allows me to edit it. And I'm going to put in 2-2, check mark. And I'm now working on drawing 2-2. Very simple and easy to do. Our 2-2 drawing looks like this. It's a PDF that I'll give to each of you. And it's basically a blob on the left that looks like the letter E. And the mirror image of that with some rounded corners on the right side. It says for the objective for this drawing to draw the figure on the left side first. Make sure to keep your lines aligned with each other. Use the mirror command to create the right figure, and then use the fillet command to create the rounded corner. See the sizes below. So if I go down below, it talks about the setup and the paper size, the function keys, snap and grid. With the web version, we don't have a snap and grid. We do have our grid turned on, but there is no snap function. Polar tracking, we'll have that turned on, and our OSNAP we'll have turned on. Let's see, we're going to be using the line command from the draw toolbar. In the modify toolbar, we'll use trim, mirror, and the fillet command. It says the fillet command, we're going to use a radius of 0.5 and a radius of 0.2. That would be for the bigger roundovers would be a 0.5 radius, and the smaller ones have a 0.2 radius. OSNAP, we got to make sure the endpoint is turned on and make sure we know how to save. So this is what we're going to be creating. So what I mean by keep lines aligned with each other. That means that this line needs to be drawn so that it is in alignment with this one. This one needs to be aligned with this one. Here and here and here and here, here and here. You get the idea. So everything has something else that it's aligned with. So, all right, we'll keep that in mind. So when we get into AutoCAD, I definitely want to make sure that you have OSNAP turned on, and it said to make sure that endpoint was selected. Yep, it is. OTrack is going to be on. I'll show you why in just a minute. And then polar tracking, that gives us the extension lines in green. So we want to have those three turned on. So I'm not really concerned about the size of this. I don't care about the size of this drawing. I just want to make sure that when I draw the left side, it stays on the left half. So I may want to draw just a reference line from the midpoint down so that I know I have to make the first blob, I have to be on this side of my drawing. I'm just going to use this as a reference line. So I'm going to get my line command, and I've drawn this a lot of times, so I kind of know what this blob looks like. You'll have to toggle back and forth between the two. But in the line command, here's what I'm going to do. Now here's where I'm going to need to start checking. I want this to stop where this stops. So because I have OTrack on, if I put my mouse right on this corner here and I pull it down slowly, notice how it gives me the extension line. Bang, there. Down. I'm going to go over until I align with this. Go over or go up until I align with this. I want to go over till I align with this. I know having all these little tags, the little measurement tags around were kind of annoying. But what that allowed me to do by having O track and O snap turned on, that allowed me to make sure that my lines are aligned with each other. So this aligns with this, this aligns with this, this aligns with this, this aligns with this. All right, so that's the object of the first side, is making sure that the lines are aligned with each other. I don't care about size, as long as we keep the lines aligned. Then we're simply going to mirror this to the other side. I'm going to go to Modify, Mirror. It says select the objects to mirror. Okay, I'm going to put a window around this entire blob, all highlighted. Select objects. I did, so I hit Enter. Now it says specify your first point of your mirror line. I'm going to use this as my mirror line. So I'm just going to go up to the top of this, click, go down to the bottom of it, click, and it says mirror. Do you want to erase your source object? This is my source object. Do we want to erase this? No. There we have it. We have the mirrored image. Now we have to round over some corners. And it says to use the fillet command. So we're going to go to our fillet command, which is right here. It says that there are two different size fillets. One is a 0.5 radius, the other is a 0.2 radius. So if we take a look at this, we'll notice there's definitely a difference between a 0.5 radius and a 0.2 radius. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 different 0.5 radiuses, and then a whole bunch of the little guys. Now, not all of the corners are rounded over. This one's not, this one's not. You know, several of these are not rounded over. So we have to be aware of what corners are rounded and which ones are not. Which ones are 0.5 and which ones are 0.2. Well, the fillet command says fillet command, select your first object or select a radius. This is what I want to click on radius because I know that I'm going to be doing a 0.5 enter radius. And I know that this line and this line form the corner for the 0.5 radius. See that? When I clicked on those two, it just rounded the corner. If I hit enter, it'll take me right back into that same command. I'm going to go this line and this line now. Done with that. So I'm going to go hit enter again. Takes me right back into that command. This line and this line. Enter. This line and this line. Uh-oh. Look at this. This is an issue because the distance from here to here is smaller than 0.5. And so I can't put a 0.5 radius here because it won't fit. So what I would have to do is, let me get rid of this. And I guess I could have left that in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. Actually, let me undo that. Control Z. Yeah, Control Z will undo. I'm going to move. Hopefully you don't have to do this. I'm going to move this. I have to hold the shift key down in order to select more than one thing. This, 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 this. And that should be good. These and these. Enter. Click and just drag them out. And I'm going to drag them out 0.25 out, which means I really should do these as well. Now I just need to click here, drag that out to the end point of that arc, hit escape, do the same here, click on this, grab the blue handle, drag it out, click here, drag the blue handle out, escape. And now I can put in a 0.5 radius here. So I'll go back to the fillet command, fillet, radius, 0.5, enter, this line and this line. Notice they weren't connected, but it didn't even matter. Enter, and I want to do these two as well. Okay, that took a little bit longer than expected, but if that happens to you, now at least you know what to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have a whole bunch of the little guys, these little 0.2 radius. And now I go fillet radius 0.2, enter, click, click, enter, click, click, enter, click, enter. Okay, I'm just going to go around and take care of all of the radiuses with the smaller. I think that's it. And there would be my drawing 2-2. So what I would want to do now is I'd want to go up here and I would want to go save as. I don't want to save this as title block because this is a drawing. I want to, oh, actually, before I do this, let me get rid of this. Delete. Okay, now save as. And I'm going to save it right in the whatever folder I've been working in. And I'm going to call this one 2-2. This is drawing number 2-2. Save. And as you can see here, I'm now Google Drive 4th period and I have 2-2 drawing. That's what this is, 2-2, 2-2, and I am good to hand that in, okay? So that's the, that's how you create your drawing 2-2, not terribly difficult, but at least this will give you the option to go back and pause if you need to, all right? Let me know if you have issues.